Hey there, I am JB and welcome at Artsville City Skylines 2. Today is going to be the day that we are going to work onto this area and make a fun little project out of it. And I got a couple of ideas already what I would like to do. For an example, I would like to make a man-made river right down here, ending up in 1, 2 or 3 little waterfalls. Another thing that I would like to do is get rid of this castle, which I'm going to do right away, because as you can see, the trees have been overgrown, which I find a little bit of a shame because it completely covers up the castle. Don't mind this, by the way. And of course the graveyard is going to go away. Now I have a different thing that I would like to add here. First of all, let me get rid of this ridiculous high piece of mountain there. There you go. And the thing that I would like to place down as a focus point for this area is I want to do the Norte Dame. Probably you don't pronounce it like that. But this is a little bit castle-ish type of idea, right? It fits in the same type of era as the castle. And I completely forgot how I need to rotate this thing. Yeah, on the mouse button, there we go. So yeah, we got this big church right down here. It also has a graveyard. And I think it would be fun to just make this as our focal point for the area that we are working in for today, facing towards into that area. Another thing that I would like to do is actually have a road that is going to follow this river bank all the way down here and also all the way up there, and then have 1, maybe 2 bridges right down here. I just have to see how we are going to connect things up, because I think it is important to also have an escape route towards to this area, so not all the traffic will have to go there. And with that being said, let's just start it off. One thing that I will have to do just for now is make all of this area kinda flatten out. Now maybe at some point I will modify the river just a little bit to tighten it up, so more water will go up and also more water will flow into this area. Just go that way, and yes, it is very deep. But like I've been saying before, maybe I should increase the river, right? So the water will go higher and it will kind of solve the problem of being it ridiculous high. And then from this area moment, I would like to see what it's going to do. Alright, meanwhile the water is almost reaching the edge, and what I've also been doing, I've been lowering the land just a little bit more. You can actually see this was the old height, this is the new height. And I've also been tightening up the river, and now we are going to see what the game is going to do. And depending on what it's going to do, we're going to increase, de-increase the type of do what's going on. I think it's for the best if we let nature and physics lead our way towards something nice down here. So this is what it's going to be in the end. And I have to set it a little bit lower, of course. A little bit lower than... We're not supposed to click here. We're supposed to click here. And then let's go to a 30. And then from this, you're going to lead it around the corner like that. And this is what the water flow was giving us. Yes, it's going to go over it, but I just like the idea of letting it lead and do what it's doing down here. This height down here, and on this height make the road. I said key wall. I actually don't think I want to do key wall on this side. Actually, I just want to see if I can make it look natural. And the nicest thing of making this look natural is that I'm going to give myself even more space to say, okay, I'm going to need to do this. But let's say this guy's here, right? This gives me some room and reasons in order to, let's say, okay, I'm going to need to build it out a little bit more. 10 is not a lot. I'm going to need to do something like this, and then take this one, something like that, and then I'm going to need to smoothen this into the river. I just smooth it out barely against the road, I wanted to say, but just enough so it looks okay. And then this is going to take effect later on, because I'm going to add a lot of land once more against the river to the whole side. This is going to take care that it's going to rise just a little bit more and then increase some more into this river down here. And so after a couple of painful but fun hours, I got a new signature building. This is the switch on. From the humble toaster to the shelf organizing sock drawer, this factory makes everything that runs on electricity. Now if you wonder why I'm here, I was actually checking out how this looked like, because also the ground, the sand, the grass and the water, it takes a very long time to process. The reason for that, well, I just, yeah, there we go. So it's correcting itself over time. Now before I'm going to go to that piece of factory that I have, I just want to show you real quick what I've been doing. I did decided to make like a key wall right around here. Have this road go, continuous go that way. I think that is very nice. And then have this one go around here. And this road for now is connected up with this guy. And or what I would like to do is connect this road up here with another road that goes from this way, continuing over there, and then have it also connected up basically the same like here. It just gives +2 industrial efficiency citywide and +1 college graduation citywide, which is a very nice thing. Now I don't have an idea where to place it just yet. I'm just going to, maybe just plop it down for now and later on give it a better spot, right? Right now, beautiful. I'm not even going to be bothered too much. And this is actually a freaking nice building. I know this will change, so it's gonna get a different color along with it. But any other, this building is super duper nice though. A little bit of a parking spot here. A back entrance for the trucks and stuff. Got some doors left and right to go into the building. You can go behind the building. And so, as I was filling in the office zone right down here, I got a new building unlocked. I also have to say that it's the next day for me. I've been busy yesterday a lot with, I will show it to you in a second, but I want to place down this building, and I got another building which we will be placing in the area that I have been working on. So, let's just first take a little look at what I've been doing. And this is what I've been doing. Well, basically, you just have to imagine that this down here will change later on. I just got it for right now. I actually had a lot of fun messing around with this. But what I would like to try to do is just a little bit of a different project. I would like to have a on and off ramp for this guy and an on and off ramp for this guy. But I want to do something special down here. And I'm not quite sure just yet what I want to do. But one thing I do know for sure is that in the future, it's going to be super duper busy. As you can see, I got an on and off ramp from the highway. Originally, I wanted to have a bridge here with traffic that goes there. But I've chosen to make a bridge down here. Just have it a little bit separated. Of course, maybe in the future, who knows what we can do for the other areas. Now, I have also decided, and I think it was fun to actually have a tunnel going into the mountain down here. And then maybe have it pop up somewhere right around here in the middle of the town. I thought it would be a fun idea. Also, I've been working onto the cliffside down here. You might not see too much of it, especially right down here. But I've been terraforming the heck out of it. Try to make it look gibberish and try to make it look natural. Add a couple of trees on there because it's very important to hold the ground with the roots. So there's less a chance of having the ground crash down when it has been raining a lot. And it makes kind of feel like a, what is it, county side road somewhere. Like if you look kind of like this, I'm not really sure. It has that special feeling that I don't have anywhere else in the map just yet. And I kind of start to like this actually, what I'm trying to say here. New day for me. I just need to warm up with my speaking. So anyways, also right around here it's gonna go like that. And I also have been thinking what might be nice to do at some point is have a bridge from this area go over this road and just right away connect it here. I'm not sure if I've already been saying that, but I think it would be a good idea. And then we also have something that we could do on this side. And of course we have our going in and out onto the highway somewhere in the middle. I tried to add in some more bridges down here, but it doesn't really work out. And basically that is because this road, for example, is very low. You don't want to have a bridge that goes incline up. It just looks weird. It doesn't feel right. I mean, having it partly go up is okay, right? But then for the longer part, you just want to have it straight. And it looks weird. And also from this till here and then go incline up. That's a lot of incline up. So I'm just gonna keep it with that. Maybe in the future, or maybe you guys have some other suggestions. I can think of something else, or you guys can think of something else. I've also been thinking to connect this up here, but then I was like, yeah, this is like a little neighborhood that shouldn't have like a heavy load of traffic going in there. But yeah, taking a deeper look into these buildings is very good, because there's a lot of stuff that already can do good for you while already being good. And apparently the better you are, doesn't really seem to always reward. At some point, if you have a very good industry, a very good flowing with the money, which at this moment is very nice, but I think it's just a peak spike, that you can just lower the taxes more and more and more, so these people will not really complain. I think that is in the end the way how to solve the whole issue. Now let's just place this building, and yeah, this is gonna be like an office zone type of deal. It's very good because people that work here can go here. People have school down here can go here. So I think that's a very good piece for that to say. So in this case, we cannot place it like that, but we can place it like this. So let's just do it, and let's just take a little look at it, how it looks. Yeah, it looks very nice. Of course, there needs to be a company in there, but overall, like, yeah, I guess that's a very nice building, right? It's like a little bit arty, not too arty. Looks very modern indeed. So now, I have been saying the castle should be uphill, right? Like a focus point that could be seen from this area. And now that we're working with a church, let's change plans and let's not go uphill. So what I do want to do is keep a little bit of trees in the surrounding area, right? We're kind of building like a very special place. I'm just looking at the left and right how much space there is actually. Let's just place it here, no regrets, and I'm just gonna put it on pause. This is just perfect. Just still got a little bit of space left, which is just very nice. Let's take a look at this church, which was in the news 2 years ago because it was like a fire. It's beautiful. Very different from all of the other... Come on, game. It's very beautiful from all of the other churches. Yeah, I'm not really a church person, but just the build is just very impressive. And there are a lot more buildings around in the world which are not churches, which are also very impressive. It's very nice. So instead of a castle, we have this beautiful. Now I do hope that these trees are not gonna grow crazy, right? I kind of like the way how this fits in. It's actually not a crazy thing that these trees are here, since in France they have a lot of these trees. So yeah, this is beautiful. This is a nice center point. Now what I want to do from this center point is actually, let me see here. We're going to have some parking spots, right? Because this is a huge thing. I think the P of the parking is in the middle, so then I just need to aim it out on that way. Now this is just the way how we're going to start building this place. One big center road. It's gonna go all over the place. And this center road is actually the very old road. Of course, over time and space, buildings have to be moved up, placed elsewhere. We got another road that needs to go this way. It would be nice to have the main roads actually connected up. So my messing around here is make this go down. Maybe for the other one I'm still going to go straight. I just have to see what is possible. And let's have a minimal, or let's say maximum minimal of -4, which is a rule in the Netherlands for bicycle. This is one of the very old roads along with the other old roads. And we're gonna fix this like that. No regrets. Yes, it looks very odd, but we can do something about that later on. For now, it's not important that we spend time and attention to that. This is going to be the most important road. Now, I've been saying let's connect it up there. Maybe I'll just change my mind. I just have to see, like, what are we going to do? I think what the problem here is that the stuff is way too high, right? But let's just place it for a second. Yeah, this is the problem. This is where it was causing... let me see here. Yeah, well, it goes down again with... Maybe I should do this the other way around. Alright, I think this will do a lot better like that. So we got 2 entrances and exit. But we can't have it like this right down. We need to keep in mind, back in the days, very early back in the days, there were like little farmlands, little side pathways. Not everything is straight, right? And the way how it is right now is fine. So what we can do also is make like little streets, or at least the main streets. You know, there could be a street behind this street until whatever here, and then make it look like this. Or maybe this guy had like a corner farm, like a very tiny farm with chickens or whatnot. Later on, real quick, it was removed. Would get a bigger piece of land, or he was offered a bigger piece of land, and we could have like a road here. But this road is not like what. Well, it was not like a straight road. We don't want to have only like straight roads. We also want to have roads with corners, because maybe someone here had like a very weird type of piece of land bought and fix it like that. And we have like a nice corner road down here. I don't want to focus yet on building like little between inroads. Someone had like a road down here, and for whatever weird reason it just went this way. There was like a farmer down here, so we might have like a end road down here. Let's just do it, but just not maybe or if. So this is like an end road. Gonna go down here, and later on, you know, some neighborhoods are being built in there. A fire in progress. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad it is right out here and not into my area. I just wanted to say, now I have filled in the blank with tiny little streets and whatnot. Of course, there is space for more little improvements, but that will happen later on. It is going to be time to connect up the highway somewhere into the town. And I was thinking to connect it up slightly somewhere over here. Let's just do it right down there. And now should have a nice connection up with the town. So I'm just going to speed it up and see what the game does with this. Are they gonna go straight? Yep, there it went. One car went out of it, so it means it works right now. Another car. I think this is just perfect. I really love this, and you might think like, how in the world back in the day did they decide to build and have a gap here? Well, what we could imagine is that this part of the mountain, for whatever reason, was very crumbling apart. For whatever reason that might have been, it was crumbling apart, and then they decided to make a mine out of it. They've been mining a lot of stone into this area to use in the city. Back in the days, a lot of materials were from, you know, local area, like trees, stone. They tried to get it local, right? And so they had to get it from somewhere, so we could imagine this was like a very old mine, and at some point this mine was not being used anymore. The government actually bought this area. They already had like a road going a little bit. They bought the area and then decided to connect up the highway, and then went with a nice tunnel into here, and now we have that. All right, so the next thing is the building that I have received from the game. This building was actually this one right down here, an old factory condos, and I think this would perfectly fit into, well, what is going to look like a little bit of French town. So let's see for a nice spot for this building. Maybe right down here already. We can just cram it in right down there. Let's have a little look at it. I'm going to put my game on a little slow. Yeah, that's definitely a beautiful build. Old factory, huh? It looks very Americanish though. I think this is very nice. So what I eventually want to do with this area is I want to make it /is between this guy and that guy. The whole area is going to be that. Of course at the sides we might have different builds, but I have to be a little careful because I don't want to use these guys in this area. Basically a lot of these buildings are going to be cramped in here. Now what I would also like to keep in mind actually is if we're gonna go back to 0, is to have a little bit more of these kind of roads in here also. Now this might not make a lot of sense now I'm thinking about it, because we cannot really have buildings on both sides of this one, which is a little bit of a shame. But we can, however, have it like this and then hope that something nice will come out of it. Now this here is a little bit messy. I'm going to heavily agree with that. So yeah, like I've been saying before, roads and stuff change over time. So what we can do and what we can imagine is, let me see here, we could maybe connect it up like this, and then somehow later on maybe make like a some kind of a roundabout out of it. I am kind of surprised that people from this side are not allowed to go in here for whatever reason that is. I just want to see how this would eventually look, and let's just reconnect this one up because it looks very odd. Okay, now it looks kind of better like that. How about we can connect this up like that? Yeah, that kind of looks okay. Have this like that, and also maybe like that. Like I have like a bit of a shopping district street going on. This here doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I want to delete that one, and I think this would be fine. So a lot of people are already cramming into this area. So yeah, so then like I've been saying before, I would like to have like a medium height building just like this guy into this area and see how things evolve. Now the nicest thing about City Skylines is the way how you can play around with things. So we could eventually say, like, I'm not really sure why is nothing connected up, but let's see what this does. And this does that, and that does this. Now this is a little unfortunate that it doesn't connect this stuff up, but we could maybe have a build in there. Let's see what this does. This does still that. This might not be too bad for another building like this. And then let's just see what this does. And so we can create a little pathway. I am going to cram it tight as possible to that building there. Have it like this. And ooh, there is another pathway opportunity right down here. And in this case, I'm also going to connect it cramped up like that. And then we can maybe cram in some trees. Now what I would like to do is have a little bit trees that are in the environment of this area in here. Now that's going to be too tight. This is going to be too tight. So, you know, that is fine. And then we can just, you know, grab some of these guys. How it's going to look like. You know what? In the end, I think this project turned out way better than I thought it would be. I really love the looks of this area down here and the things that I've been doing in the surrounding. It looks way more realistic, and yeah, I cannot wait to see how it looks like when the whole area is just built in. Of course, you're gonna get a lot of problems with traffic we're going to need to solve, which is going to be a lot of fun. I should also not forget that I'm going to need to add in some facilities here and there. Maybe look at the hospital, police station, fire station, and all that good stuff. And I'm not really sure if I want to build out all of the way at this area down here. Even though this thing here is telling me a two-way ship connection point to create passenger ship lines and cargo ship routes. And then I was like, this area down here, maybe change that into like a little harbor area, just something small, right? I mean, it's kind of getting there that we're going to close the town off, but having something down here might be a nice thing for the future. And the wind direction is also going that way. It's actually fading away. It could be a very nice industrial area, maybe. I just have to see, because water, pollution, all that stuff. But yeah, let's just look at it a little bit deeper. I mean, it's just perfect how I have imagined this area. A nice big parking spot at the end of this road, while this road is gonna go all the way over there. And just beautiful. A lot of, like, what I placed down here are medium density housing, basically along the side here. And then I have these commercial zones right around in here. I'm not really sure if there is a way to show it even better what I've been doing here. But this, oh, maybe I can do it with this. Yeah. So this one really shows where I got all the commercial zoning in the middle, and then, you know, the normal housing around it. I am going to need to see how far I would go with this. I mean, I cannot imagine having this whole spot down here with commercial zone, because there might cause here and there a bit of trouble with not enough customers though. But, you know, overall, this looks quite good. And for the next episode, I'm already going to say I'm going to need to have a name for this district. And even though, you know, this down here makes it look like kind of American road, county road or whatever, this kind of looks like mini France, you know? You see the building up close? Look at these windows. Holy moly. Beautiful, right? Anyway, that will be that for this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed, because I, in the end, definitely did myself. Plus 200 or deposit. Oh god, I'm really going to need to dump this guy down. Maybe just for, you know, for right now. For like, why not? Just place it down here. Maybe this is going to give me a super increased amount of money. Right? Can I not read what it says again? Okay.